Well, it's the 90s sitcom that put blended families on the map.
Dream got broken, seemed like all was lost. What would be the future? Could you pay the cost? You won.
Step by step saw the Lamberts and Fosters come together to try and navigate their chaotic combined household. And at the centre of the action was Christine Lackett and Stacey Keenan playing stepsisters Al Lambert and Dana Foster.
Do not back down. Stick to your guns. Get in his face if you have to. I'm beginning to see why you get dumped all the time.
Well, the show ran for 7 massive seasons from 1991, and 3 decades on. A new podcast sees the ladies behind it share all of their behind-the-scenes moments and stories from their life as child stars. And Stacey and Christine joined us live from LA this morning. Hello to you both.
Hi.
Christine, I'll start with you. You were only children when you started this sort of experience, and it was a massive show at the time. What was your experience like, becoming super famous all over the world almost overnight?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was 12 when the show began, and it was really my first big job. I had only done some commercials and theater and local things. So to get this job was like a dream come true for me. I was a fan of TGIF. I watched all the shows. I knew who Stacey Keenan was. I mean, I was such a nerdy fan. So it was a wide-eyed, very like green, open experience that turned into one of the most rewarding, beautiful trajectories of my career. It was truly an incredible 7 years.
Yeah, well, ladies, what was it about the show that made the world love it so much, do you think?
I think it was the love that the family had and the love that grew between the two blended families. I think that really is the heart of it, and the simple sweetness of it. It's an old-fashioned type of show. It's a very gentle, spirited family show, and it's kind of rare these days. So I really think that spirit, at least what we hear from fans, I think that plays a big part.
Yeah, and Christine, the gorgeous Suzanne Summers obviously had a huge part of that too. Yeah. She had so much warmth on screen. What was it like growing up alongside her and getting to work with her?
I mean, I feel like we have such a gift having been close to someone that iconic, that gorgeous, that generous of spirit, and in her love for other people. We just have the most beautiful, wonderful memories of her. She was truly the most glamorous person I have ever been around, and was so always willing to, lend her time, was self-deprecating, was funny, she was just the best. And as a female in the business, to look up to someone like that, someone who was super famous but also super kind, that really set the bar. It set the bar very high, was an incredible, I think, mentorship for both of us.
Yeah, beautiful.
Warm. That word you said, warm. That's exactly, that is the essence of Suzanne. You got it.
And how amazing as well to be exposed to someone who was such a savvy businesswoman in a time, in that period where it wasn't. She was pioneering, the lateral thigh train. It wasn't, no, the thigh
Buster.
master. The thigh master.
The thigh buster. Sorry.
No, thigh master. But she did. She was a pioneer. And that's such an amazing sort of mentor and example for you guys when you were growing up to be, alongside someone like that.
She was a tremendous entrepreneur, and I don't know if everyone knows that about Suzanne. She had she had cookbooks, she had weight loss books, she had, several memoirs that she published. Before she was even a famous TV star, she published a book of poetry and was on Johnny Carson talking about that. And then just in terms of business, she has beauty products and, exercise products and a jewelry line. She's an incredible business person, but I think she's most, remembered for her beauty and her looks, but the brains is really, and the warmth is really the heart.
Yeah. All right. Hey, let's get back to you guys now. You're rewatching the show episode by episode for your podcast. Are you remembering all the storylines? Does it all come flooding back, or does it all feel new again?
Well, for me, it's all coming flooding back because I, as I said, was a fan. So I watched every episode as it came out. I was so excited about it. This one over here never watched the show until now. So that's what's so interesting about our rewatch podcast, and I feel like you're learning things.
I am learning a lot about the show that I never knew. I never watched it at the time. I was way too self-conscious, especially as a teenager, to see myself on television. I would have hated and critiqued every single thing about my looks and my acting and everything else. So I am watching it now for the first time, and it is wild. But I'm really learning what the show is about, because I truly, there are so many things that are new.
And she's realizing it's so funny.
Yes.
It is. It's still like, I wouldn't say every episode really holds up, but a lot of them do. And there's still, again, there's that heart to it. And I think what it comes down to is that a blended family, like any family, it always comes back to the love that we have for each other. And you can build on that, even if it's not your, if it's your chosen family or not your natural family. And so I think that's the ubiquitous nature of the show.
Lovely stuff. Stacey and Christine, thank you so much for your time. This is going to be cool.
Thanks for having
The
us.
podcast is called Keenan and Lakin Give You Deja Vu. The link is on the Morning Show website.
Oh, lovely.
Thanks,
We're right
guys.
back after this.